So the workout they're doing is 10 rounds for time of 10 thrusters. The weight is 52 for men and 35 for women. And then 5 bar muscle ups, but Alice did 4 bar muscle ups.
Ooh.
So 4/5. And it was actually, she was going to do 5 bar muscle ups right before the workout. And then I walked in and told her to go to 4. Because then they can race.
Yeah.
Because she was probably quite happy that it was going to be 5 and Jack's definitely going to win and all that sort of stuff. So I came
Thrusters on 52 and what's Alice's weight?
35.
Oh,
So
that's quite light for Alice, but that might be
So that was the point, was because then Jack was like, oh, can I do 8 thrusters instead? So the weight, Alice is better at the weight, Jack's better at the bar muscle up. So just taking out that 1 bar muscle up made it really kind of like it's going to be a close match.
See, I think
Let's get started.
it's whether Alice can hold those bar muscle
We'll
ups.
talk during.
Okay, go.
So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go, just so we can sync up. So they have started the workout. So go on in, Bendel, make your predictions.
I don't know.
Hold on, sorry. So I know the workout because I was there, I watched it. Tom wasn't there, so he has no idea the outcome of the workout, so he's going to kind of watch
Jack's
this
broke his thrusters already.
from the start, yeah.
Thing is, I need to know where exactly. Obviously, it's going to be Alice's bar muscle ups are at,
You haven't seen them recently.
and then that's a kind of I wouldn't say it's a heavy thruster, but it's a medium thruster.
Watch
isn't
it now
it?
and then you make your prediction.
Yeah. So I'll keep talking as we're going on, but I mean, Alice is kind of. They're not bad. They're very. To be fair, it's quite impressive how deep she can catch
And keep
a bar
pressing
muscle up and not chicken wing.
Yeah.
But then there's 2 things, like Alice's is already like that's a tough set of bar muscle ups. But then Jack broke his thrusters straight away anyway. Is he breaking his bar muscle ups?
Yeah.
I guess it's 10 rounds is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
It is a long workout. There is, I don't know if I said, is a 15-minute time cap on this workout.
well, that's not that.
So I was super excited with this because I knew it would be a race, and that's what we talk about all the time. Is we want to get
Yeah.
these 2 racing and competing.
I think Jack's gonna win because I think they're both gonna find it difficult, but I think that when they get tired, Jack's gonna be able to grind through a thruster in small sets with less rest than Alice would have to. You can't really grind for a bar muscle up, like it's either there or it's not.
Yeah.
But it's whether Jack wants to grind for a thruster. And they're both breaking, I mean, they're pretty even. Alice is a little ahead at the moment, and we're 1 minute 50, just coming up to 2 minutes in. I mean,
So that was my opinion as well at the start, is because there's 50 bar muscle ups in this workout, and it kind of, if it goes, it goes.
Yeah. What I don't like about it is almost how slow Jack's thrusters are, because Jack has really good overhead mobility, but he's resting with the bar overhead. So one thing I would think is, although how much effort is that and where is it effort? So it's effort in his shoulders. So rather than maybe like pumping his quads a little bit more and like really bouncing out his squat, popping it overhead and using all quads, he's kind of like pressing quite slowly and therefore using his shoulders a lot. And obviously the bar muscle ups are going to use his shoulders a lot, of lats and other things like that. And I know he's really good at bar muscle ups. But to be honest, I thought he'd maybe go unbroken. But I think he's almost like, here's the thing, I think he's almost like setting himself up to lose. Like as soon as you said he asked if he could get down to 8 thrusters, I was thinking like, why are you doing that? Like 2, yeah, it's not a light thruster.
This is basically what they need to be doing all the time.
Yeah.
Like they do so much good quality training and stuff. We just need to get them in a little bit of fire every now and then,
Yeah.
and like compete against each other in a way where it's a competition.
So,
you know what I mean? If it was a competition where it was skewed way one way, the other person's already given up before they start. So it's nice to see this kind of back and forth.
So Alice is only a couple of reps ahead here, right?
Yeah. I said this would actually be a better workout, I think, if it was 5 rounds. 5 rounds at a time, because it's such a long workout.
Where's this from?
And
This
both
workout?
movements. This is a TTT throwdown workout.
Yeah, I would say for them, 5 rounds would have been really interesting because Jack could have gone for it.
Unbroken
and I don't
everything.
think Alice's approach would have been that much different she can maybe take more risks on the bar muscle-ups. But especially for Jack, he almost wants this as long as possible. Because he's always going to be able to do the thrusters, but Alice's
I
bar
would
muscle.
disagree. I would say for Jack,
Well, if he can, yeah.
this would a shorter workout. Let's say not too short, but 5 rounds would be better.
Well, because Jack doesn't have to rest
Because
on
he
the
could
thrusters.
go unbroken,
Yeah.
and he can do muscle ups under a really fatigued state.
Yeah.
Whereas once Alice really redlines,
Yeah.
her bar muscle ups would fall apart.
See, what I'm surprised here is how long Jack's resting for his bar muscle-ups. So I thought it more would have been...
The thing is to take into consideration,
It is
10
10
thrusters at 52 is heavy. Like that gasses you. Like that really gasses you. Like,
But they're both pressing. Like, Alice is pressing so early on her thrusters. Like, watch, with her arms, press.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
considering
straight
her
press.
legs are so strong,
Like, there's no pop in her hip. And then you watch Jack.
it's not bad.
Jack's a strict pressing that as well. Look at his hips.
That's my snatch grip.
Watch his hips. Well, nothing. He's not even come onto his heels. Like, his heels aren't even come off the floor. And I know, ideally, do you want to keep your heels down? Yeah, it'd be great. But for someone who's breaking up their thrusters, I'd be fucking jumping in the air trying to use my arms. If this was me, I'd be thinking, quads, I'm just going to burn out my quads on the thrusters, and I'm going to use as much quads as possible. And then I'm saving all of my upper body, which is why I'm not holding it overhead, my mobility sucks. But for the bar muscle-ups, and I'm thinking, can I go big sets on bar muscle-ups?
I think that's a good point, because when I'm thinking like past experiences of like thrusters under a lot of fatigue in like a competition style, you try and be as smooth and relaxed as possible.
Yeah.
And even though that's kind of a good way of being, like, because this workout is so dependent on the shoulders, then yeah, maybe use your legs.
I think what people forget massively in thrusters is how much you use your forearms. Because unless you've got 100% mobility and you're not even bloody holding the bar, but you've still got full grip, you're going to be rolling your wrist a little bit. And I always found this where you kind of go full grip into a press, into a fingertip press, and holding that bar in the front rack's quite a lot of stress, I find, on your hands, wrists, forearms. So to do a really slow thruster and put all that tension on the bar and then grab the pull-up bar for the bar muscle-ups.
That does depend a bit on flexibility, like your experience being a lot tighter.
Yes, but what I'm watching here is...
Really
yeah, but look how early, look at Alice. Look how early she drops her elbows. Look,
That's a technique
press.
issue. That's a technique issue. They both definitely got really good
front rack mobility. Yeah, but I'm not talking about...
Jax is definitely good. If he can go that wide on the thruster,
yeah,
he's got... I didn't realise how good his front rack is. Watch this. Watch how wide he goes.
Yeah.
So you know, the wider you go, the harder it is to get your elbows up. He is super, super wide.
Yeah, but look at the tension on his arms.
There must be some to go that wide.
But you can see how slow his press is compared to his squat. Like, his squat's faster almost than his press. And Jack has got long arms. But like, when I watch with Alice has got really strong legs, and now she's starting to drive her legs a little bit more. But like, for someone like Alice, especially who's struggling with the bar muscle-ups more, I would say like, use your legs as much as possible in your thrusters, jump off the floor, pop it overhead more like a jerk.
Yeah.
So you're almost like not using your arms at all. And I'm just surprised...
For this workout,
yes. Obviously, if it was with wall balls, rowing, burpees, you're going to have to rest a little bit more, slow it down, conserve your energy. But like, you're not using any legs.
I think for this workout as well, because it's kind of an interval style workout. You are working, you are resting. Because of the nature of the two movements. This isn't, unless you're really, really high level, you can't make this a constant churn, like a metronome churn. You have to do a set of thrusters, rest a little bit, set of bar muscle ups, rest a little bit. Like, there has to be that in this workout. So it is less about like relax through the movement and go slow and steady. It's more like get the work done.
Yeah.
So where are they at the minute? They're both on the bar muscle up. We're not counting rounds. I don't count rounds.
I have no idea.
But Alice is now moving on to...
I think Jack's about 2 bar muscle-ups behind.
He's now doing his second set of... Well, he's like halfway through his bar muscle-ups, and Alice is onto the thrusters.
See, Alice is speeding up her thrusters now.
That is still something to work on for her, like early press, 100%.
But her elbows...
She's always found something like a thrusters for her. She's always been really good at them. So she's never really had to think about technique on them. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing where when they just come, because it's a lower body dominant movement, because of that, she's never had to consider improving her technique. So it's something we'll say to her after this to think about. Like, Jack's timing is good, but like you say, it's a lot in his arms.
He's popping more now.
And Jack's kind of the opposite. Jack's
But like, look at his lockout now. Like, look, watch there. That's not a super easy lockout.
Jack is the opposite in terms of that. His thing is shoulders and over, like his lockout on barbell movements.
Well, like, Alice is very lower body dominant. Jack's very upper body dominant.
Yeah.
On their
apart from
streams.
handstand push-ups.
Yeah, well, his arms fucking 10 foot long.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if Jack just like carries on losing for all 10 rounds. Well, I know you would know, so don't say. But do you know what I mean?
Or if he catches up at all.
Well, no, more as if like, is he going to try and catch up?
If he's going to.
Because at the moment, it's fine because he's probably, 4, 5, whatever, however many rounds in, 6 rounds in.
I think the only negative with them two racing in a workout like this is the whole time Jack knows he's got the muscle ups in the bag.
Yeah.
Like, if he wants to, he could go unbroken. He's choosing to break. If he wants to, look how easy they are.
But here, I don't know why he's not going unbroken, really.
It's because he doesn't want to get back to the thruster too quick. That's it.
Yes, but
That's
what
it.
I would be doing
This is his rest. They're not that hard for him.
Yes.
So this is his rest from the thruster because the thrusters are so hard. And so he's using that rather than going 5 unbroken in and taking loads and loads of rest, he's breaking it up, which isn't the bad technique. But what I'm saying is, he knows if he wants to, he can turn it up a gear.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not the best race ever because Alice is really struggling through those muscle ups. And so she has to break them up into 2 and 2 or whatever she's doing now. Whereas Jack knows he's got 5 in the bag if he needs to. So that's why I think he's probably hanging behind a little bit because he's got
definitely
that sprint
count
finish.
the rounds, we know how many of them.
Well, we know they're neck and neck, so we don't need to worry about that too much in terms of where they are. We know that they're on the same round.
Has Alice just broken thrusters? Or?
Yeah. But what I would...
Look, he's holding overhead so long.
But what I would say is if Jack was racing someone equal level, Harry, he's okay at muscle ups. He'd probably give him for a run for money on his thrusters, but it'd be a similar sort of thing. Harry's muscle ups would fall apart. That would force Jack to have to not hang back. He would have to chase him and have to try and get ahead. But I was thinking during this workout, Alice's bar muscle ups have come on.
I'm surprised that Jack's not leading by a couple of reps. In terms of, if I was Jack, I would get ahead of Alice and I would slow down as much as possible but go just fast enough to keep ahead of her.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that if Alice sees Jack ahead of her, she's going to be able to bust out a few more reps. So I would push it just enough, like, is Alice still on muscle ups now?
Yeah.
I probably would have done that set unbroken and stood by the bar and just shown that I was a couple of reps ahead. I'll pick up the bar when I need to. Do you know what I mean? Rather than kind of like and this is one thing about competing is, do you want to lead or do you want to chase? And at the moment he's kind of like, I mean they're neck and neck, but Alice, it'd be interesting to see how
the mental aspect of going from, like, if you're leading, there's momentum with that.
Yes.
Like
but like now would be if you wanted to push Alice now, if Jack had have overtaken Alice then, Alice in her mind would have been thinking, I was leading and now I'm losing now. Because all the time Alice's head is going to be...
She would doubt.
Yes.
Because
all the time she's going to be, when am I going to slow down? When am I going to lose my muscle ups? So if Jack had have overtaken her then, Alice would have been like, oh, but now it's now then, so now we caught me up.
Yeah.
So I'm losing now. Whereas Jack's just not letting her win, but with his game plan, he's letting her lead. And it'd be interesting to see at what point is he going to overtake her, because I still think Jack can win. Because his thrusters are doing well. I mean, his thrusters are still good. I don't like resting like that, if I'm honest with you. I don't know.
The science behind it is that it unloads the diaphragm.
Hanging over like that?
Yeah, it's bad to do as a competitor.
Yeah.
But it does reduce I believe it reduces your heart rate quicker.
Yeah. But in all of this, if I was Jack, I would be trying to act as...
No, that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
Even though it's the easier position to breathe and recover.
Yeah.
But as a mental thing, it's the wrong thing to do. Because one of the reasons is you're trying to find a way out. Like, you're trying to find a way out of the fatigue and pain, whereas you just
like
need
this
to
here.
embrace it.
Carry on here. Carry on there.
Here.
Oh, he is. Is he going? 4. Yeah, and then now, even if he's tired, I'd get a quick 5 in. Like, now he's tired, you could do 5 there. Get a 5 in, and now you win it.
Again, he knows now he's taking the lead, and that Alice has taken her time now because she's struggling.
But could Alice go straight to the bar now and bash out 10?
I think the fatigue level for Jack on these thrusters is pretty high though.
Yeah. But like, go. Yeah. See, now Alice can turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, she is, you can tell. Okay,
This might be like last round, mustn't it?
I think so. It's 15-minute time caps. It must be about.
I don't like the Jack's whole nose head, especially when especially when you're struggling with that. Like, it's not helping.
So she's going unbroken though, I think.
Yeah.
So this is where she can turn it up on the thruster, and then he can turn it up
Yeah.
on the bar muscle.
Like now, if I was her, I'd almost like get singling.
Yeah, this is for her game plan to do better. She should have got a single in right there before, rather than choking up. I know she just sent it on those thrusters.
Yeah.
But
And
if
Jack
she,
now
if
should
she
be
got
like, go.
one
Yeah,
single in,
yeah.
and then this is where Jack can pull it out the bag because he knows he's got it. He's got that unbroken set, and he tested it the round before. He was able to go unbroken, so he knows here if he can full send. Whereas Alice is just broken down. Like she hasn't got the skill deep enough where she can, at this true fatigue level, she can really put it together.
Oh, was that? Oh,
So that's
Alice has held together quite well.
Yeah, that was good. So that was time cap. That was, I think they said 9 rounds. It might have been 8 or 9 rounds. We need to count it. But Jack finished the round.
Oh, sorry. So they didn't make 10 rounds then. No.
No. That's time cap.
Okay.
Jack finished the round. Alice got 3 muscle ups. So Alice was 1 muscle up behind him. So that was a fucking close race.
Yeah, Jack should have won by more than that.
Yeah, I agree. Should have won by more than that. But that was decent. I was impressed from Alice.
Oh, I was impressed with Alice.
To be able to keep those muscle ups going under that fatigue level. So Jack knows what he needs to work on. He needs to work on things like thrusters and then put them in a competitive environment where he is having to go back to the bar. Because if you're like doing an EMOM, you don't have to pick up the bar then. You pick it up when you've recovered enough. You've programmed an EMOM so that you're sort of ready to pick up the bar. Whereas he needs an environment where pick up that bar again. Do you know what I mean? Like just even though you're absolutely ruined, like grab that bar. And Alice needs an environment where do that muscle.
I don't know why he thought holding the bar overhead would be a good place to rest when the other movement's bar muscle.
I think it's when I've seen it. Like I used to watch Rich Froning do that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Rich Froning do it.
Yeah.
But the thrusters, but Rich Froning would do it on 30, 40 kilograms, not 80. If Rich was doing 80 by comparison to Jack's strength, do you know what I mean? And if the other movement was bar muscle ups, for Jack, I just don't know why you wouldn't just drop the bar on the floor.
Drop the bar on the floor?
Well, or don't rest, like do a quicker set of 5.
I don't know, what did you say?
So if Jack's going to do a set of like 5 and 5,
yeah.
If he's doing like 1,
You
2,
get through it.
I don't know why he won't go 1,
Yes.
2, 3, because if he's got a really high heart rate, he's fine on bar muscle ups with a high heart rate.
Yeah.
The only reason I would do it like that is if you're then balancing on one foot doing a backflip is the other movement.
If it's a movement he needs to try and bring his heart rate down.
Yeah, like if it was, I don't know why you'd have a heavy snatch with it, but if it was like a heavy snatch or something different
I think,
way.
like you said, time and detention. You want to limit time and detention on the barbell as much
especially
as
with bar muscle ups though, because it is a lot of time. It's a lot of time squeezing
everything
your hands
is
and
squeezing.
forearms.
Every movement is squeezing with the.
And that's what I was saying. When it's overhead and you go for a slow press and roll, like so you're here and you roll it into your palm, your hands are press overhead. He's been holding a bar for a long time there.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know, I just don't know why you do that. But I get why it is because he wants to stay relaxed. But I almost feel like that's a game plan because he knew he wasn't going to finish, and he almost didn't think he was going to win. Whereas if you knew you could do well on it, you would just attack it a bit more. Like I feel like Alice attacked it towards the end of the workout, but I feel like Jack constantly thought he was going to lose until the last round or two. Then he was like, "Oh, actually, I could win this."
Yeah.
Rather than going for it, he was almost defensive. He just wanted to stay close to Alice.
I think
rather than pull away.
Because 10 rounds is such a long amount of rounds. It's almost like not knowing how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, now he's done a workout like that. If he comes up again, he can be offensive with it.
The thing is, I feel like he could have done another 2 rounds there. Whereas I think like Alice pushed maybe and like couldn't have done 2 rounds at that pace. I feel like Jack could have done a faster round. And
he picked up towards the end because he did those muscle ups and broken.
Yeah. So that's, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like he had more in the tank left. He wasn't dead when he finished. Whereas I feel like Alice was more pushed to a potential because the bar muscle ups probably would have gone faded a little bit more.
Cool. Wrapping up there.
Yeah. So Jack won by
one
thruster.
One rep. No.
One bar muscle up.
One bar muscle up.
One bar muscle up.